Where have all the black men gone in the black community? There are more than 30% more black women than men in Baltimore, New Orleans, Chicago, Cleveland, and smaller cities like the ones listed here. Between 1960 and 2000, the rate of mortality for black women lowered, while the rate of mortality for black men soared far beyond white men.
Nah, bitch nigga ain't no bitch in me. Fuck I'm talking about, nigga. What?
It was during this time that black culture changed from being enemies with white racism to being enemies with each other. This genocide isn't the only cause, though. Mass incarceration is a major reason for the gender gap. During that same time, the number of black men being in prison quadrupled. The trend toward increased incarceration began in the early 1970s and quadrupled over the next 40 years. Richard Nixon was elected president in 1970. By 1971, he had declared war on drugs, which was really war against black people. And that war has continued over the decades through the Reagan administration, the Clinton administration, and the Bush administration. A study by the National Research Council has concluded that incarceration rates have disproportionately affected Hispanic and black communities. It was President Reagan who supplied those communities with cocaine that caused the crack epidemic that started in the 1980s. Things were made worse by Clinton's crime bill of the mid-90s.
Since 1996, in response to the war on drugs, the Department of Defense transferred $4.3 billion in military equipment to local and state police. An officer shot an 18-year-old man outside an apartment complex in Ferguson, Missouri.
Demographic studies conducted in Ferguson, Missouri following the police's murder of Michael Brown reveal how damaging mass incarceration has been to the black community. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, while there are 1,182 African American women between the ages of 25 and 34 living in Ferguson, there are only 577 African American men in this age group. In other words, there are more than 2 young black women for each young black man in Ferguson.
There is a shortage pool of available men. Why? Because of over-incarceration. And I can't find dudes. Why? Because my dude's somewhere locked up.
1 in 9 black children have a parent in prison compared to only 1 in 57 white children. While 13% of America's population is African American, 40% of all fathers in prison are black. Children from low-income families that don't earn college degrees have a 45% chance of remaining low income throughout adulthood. And especially boys can't get the guidance they need.
Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
What's the problem?
2, 3.
So what's the answer?
5.
Alright, find it. You gotta find it. There you go. Good job. There you go, dance. The strength of the black community is in the strength of black men who will invest their time and resources in our children. So we'll have more of this and less of that.
Bitch, don't fucking record me. I will knock your ass out. Let me ride this damn little ass bike. But then,
what's 49 divided by 7?
No, I didn't say no deal. So please shut up.
What's 12 times 12?
I know my time, and I know the time.
Oh, shit.